Yeah, welcome to this short video clip on how to convert mixed numbers or mixed fractions to improper fractions. So that's where the top of the fraction, the numerator, is bigger than the bottom of the fraction, the denominator. Okay, now I'm going to show you two methods to do this, and at the end of it you can choose which method suits you best, which one you think is going to be easiest or quickest for you to do. But I'm going to show you them both anyway so you can get an understanding of this topic. So, question number one, we've got write 1 5/8 as an improper fraction. So we're looking for a fraction where the top number is bigger than the bottom number. So the first thing I might do is I'm going to draw out some shapes. I'm going to draw out one whole shape. I'm going to draw a rectangle, okay, because I've got one whole one, and I've got a little bit. So I'm going to draw a second shape. So I've got one and I've got a little bit more. Now I'm going to split these up into eight sections, because that's what's at the bottom of my fraction. I'm splitting my shape up into eight sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just draw another little one on the end there. Now each of these we're going to imagine are the same size. I'm going to split this second one up into 8 as well. There we go. Okay, so I've got two shapes now with 8 sections in. Now remember, I've got one whole one, so I'm going to shade in all of the first shape. Okay, now for the second shape, I'm going to shade in 5 out of the 8 boxes. Right, now I can hear you asking, what has this got to do with turning that mixed number into an improper fraction? Well, it's quite simple really. What we've done is we've split shapes up into 8 parts. Well, that's what our fraction told us to do, split it up into 8s. I've got a whole one, shaded it all in. I've got 5 out of the 8 parts here, so these 3 I don't have, but I've got these 5 and these 8. So all I need to do now is count up all the bits I've shaded in. Okay, so I've shaded in 8 here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've got 13 bits shaded in, and that's going to go at the top of my fraction, and then at the bottom of my fraction is going to go how many I split up each shape into, or the number in my original fraction, which was 8. So the answer is 13 over 8. That is an improper fraction. 1 5/8 is equal to 13 over 8. Okay, so that's one way we can do it. We can draw out some shapes. Okay, the second way is to do this. Okay, what we can do is, so we've got 1 5/8. Now, what we can do is we can quite simply keep the bottom number of the fraction the same as an 8. Okay, now at the top of the fraction what we've got to do is multiply the big whole number by the bottom number of the fraction. So we're going to have 1 times by 8. Okay, because this 1 has been split up into 8 parts as seen by our shape here. Okay. Then we're going to add on whatever's at the top of the fraction. That's the last little bit. Okay, so we've got all of this, and we're going to add this little bit here into it. So 1 times 8 plus 5, and if we do that calculation, 1 times 8 is 8, plus 5 is 13, 13 over 8. Okay, so both methods get you the same answer, very, very different methods though. So let's have a look at the second question. Again, I'll show both methods. So I've got 4 1/5, so if I was drawing shapes, I would draw 4 rectangles, because I've got 4 whole ones. Imagining that they are all the same size. So I've got 4 whole ones, and I've got a little bit of another one, so I'm going to have to draw one more. and I'm going to split them up into fifths because 5 is the bottom number. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I can start shading in. So I've got 4 whole ones, so I'm going to shade in 4 complete rectangles because I've got 4 whole ones. Okay, now on the last one I'm going to shade in 1 out of the 5 that it's been split up into. Okay, so now remember, to get my improper fraction I'm just counting up all the little bits that I've shaded in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So the number at the top of my fraction, so 4 and 1/5, okay, equals 21 over, and remember it's the number of the original fraction and the number of parts we split up each big rectangle into, so it's 21 over 5. If we were going to use the other method, we've got 4 and 1/5, which is equal to, now remember the bottom of the fraction stays the same, so it's 5. The big whole number multiplied by the bottom number, so that's 4 times by 5, and then we add the top number of the fraction, which is 1. So 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. Bottom of the fraction doesn't change, 21 over 5. And that is how we convert a mixed number to an improper fraction.